Hi, everyone. This is Betsy Wurzel, your host of Chatting with Betsy and Passion World Talk Radio, where our mantra is to educate, enlighten, and entertain. I have my disclaimer. The views of the guest may not represent those of the host or the station, so please always consult with your primary care physician about any medical issues. Folks, you know I love what I do. You know I have phenomenal guests. If I have to toot my own horn, and I will toot it, toot toot, I have with me today Kerri Shaver. She is National Operations and Sales Manager of Fit Minds, Life-Changing Mental Stimulation. And you know what, folks? People say, you know how you hear the expression, if you don't use it, you lose it? Well, same thing with your brain. If you don't use your brain, you are going to lose what your brain does, and who wants that? And, you know, one of the reasons, and I say this all the time on the show, and I'll keep saying it because it's true. One of the reasons I do Chatting with Betsy is to provide people with resources that I sure wish I knew about when my husband Matt was alive. And I want everyone who listens to me to know you are not alone. I am here for you, and I am here to provide resources that can help you and your loved one have a better life. And I want to welcome Kerri Shaver of Fit Minds to Chatting with Betsy. Welcome, Kerri.
Hi, Betsy. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, my pleasure.
I love that you started it with the use it or lose it, because it's so true. It's so true. So we're on the same page.
Yes, I mean, it's, you know, when I tell people, you know, when you hear me, when people hear my show, you're hearing the real me. This is who I am. And how I wish I knew about resources that could have helped Matt when he was alive and able to do something like Fit Minds, to be able to help him. And you know what? I would love to see, like, even assisted living and nursing home facilities have Fit Minds to stimulate the patients, the residents that live there. But I had to, my mind always goes ahead of my mouth. Before we get into that, I'd like you to tell the audience, what is it that you do? I know you're National Operations and Sales Manager of Fit Minds, so if you could tell us a little bit about how you got into Fit Minds and what your job is and what Fit Minds does to help people.
Absolutely. So first, Fit Minds originated in Canada. So there's our founder up there, Nicole Scheidel. She's an experienced curriculum developer, teacher, coach. She developed Fit Minds with Dr. Paul Nussbaum, a neuropsychologist. And so they've been doing Fit Minds up there since 2010. The U.S., who's just always a little bit behind, we're still searching for that drug. And believe me, I want a drug as much as everyone does, but it just doesn't seem like there is one quite yet. So we've got to look at other alternative methods, right? So this Fit Minds and cognitive stimulation is an evidence-based, effective intervention to help people with any type of cognitive impairment. So it was fate, really, for me. I found Fit Minds in early 2019. I was looking for just my next opportunity, and I knew that I wanted to go somewhere that had a mission-based organization, right? I had worked for corporations, but that mission wasn't there. So I came across Fit Minds, and I really, right off the bat, just appreciated the mission behind it and saw that need. That need for cognitive stimulation was so clear. Seniors are an underserved population, and even more so when it comes to seniors with dementia. And we are still learning so much about it, and there's still so much to be learned. So I just saw such a wonderful opportunity to help make an impact. So I joined Fit Minds in May of 2019. And my role here is to oversee operations. So I'm ensuring that everyone who is a partner with FitMinds has their content, that they're meeting with their clients. We do both group programming and one-on-one, and then sharing our programming with others. We want seniors to know about them. We go into senior living communities to speak with them about partnering and using our program and things like that.
That is great. And is FitMinds, what exactly is it? Is it that would someone go on a computer, and is someone on the other end of that doing games with them or programs, or is there just like you go on and pick what you want to do?
So here is where FitMinds is so different from anything else that I've seen out there, okay? We believe in technology, love technology. I think it's so helpful. So we host our content on different platforms for either senior living professionals to use with their residents or for cognitive coaches to use with their one-on-one clients. But that's as far as it goes. Once we're actually working with the seniors in a group format or one-on-one, it needs to be human to human. And that's where that mental stimulation, meaningful engagement comes into play. We want that human-to-human interaction because the psychosocial benefits in a group setting are just as impactful as the cognitive stimulation itself. And then in the one-on-one situation, delivering that content between coach and client, they're building a relationship. So not only is the client getting the benefit of the exercises and actually doing the cognitive stimulation, but they're getting the benefit of having another meaningful relationship in their life.
Oh, I like that. I not only like that, I love that. I love that somebody will be on the other side, instead of, yes, that's so important, Kerri, because, I've met a lot of different people, and see a lot of different things, products, I shouldn't say things, products, for mental stimulation. And some of them are just, a person goes on and there's no one there. They just have an app. I love an interpersonal connection because that's more
we think
to me.
That's very important. It's so important because you know what? It's hard to, especially if you have more progressive dementia, it's hard to get that person to stimulate themselves. Right? It's like, I gotta do my cognitive stimulation today. Let me open up my app and see what I can do. And then if I get frustrated, I have no one to turn to. And now I just feel defeated. But if I'm working with a coach or I'm in a community and I'm working with a group of my friends and fellow residents, we can laugh when we make mistakes. We can we can support each other. I can lean on you, Betsy. If you're really good at critical thinking and I'm struggling, I can lean on you, we can work it together, and I'm still getting the benefit because we came to a solution together, and I can feel good about myself. A lot of what cognitive stimulation is doing is helping seniors from retreating to social isolation. Okay, we want to keep focused on what we're still capable of, what we can still do, and get people out there and doing the things that they used to love to do and not be afraid. So by participating in group or one-on-one, you are seeing what you are still capable of and ideally building that confidence to stay out there and meet with your friends and meet with new people and keep doing the things you like to do and not be worried that you're going to forget someone's name or maybe say something wrong. It's okay. Everyone does it.
I love that. I love that, Kerri. I'm excited. I'm here in New Jersey. I'm getting excited about FitMinds. And I can say from my own experience, my husband, Matt, when at a certain point, he couldn't even turn on his phone. So if I knew about FitMinds when Matt was alive, I would have to be there with him. And it would have been an activity that we could have done together with someone on the other side and building a connection and having fun together. Right. This is a win-win situation. It's a win-win.
Mm-hmm. Keeping it fun is important. And the exercises, they're tough, man. I mean, the way Fit Minds is set up with the one-on-one, with the personal trainer for the mind, the exercises are customized to meet you where you are. Okay, so if you are struggling with your memory or with computation, critical thinking, whatever it may be, we can make the exercises at a lower level. Okay, but if you are still really strong at computation or language, if those skills are still there and just embedded in your long-term memory, great, we can challenge you more in those areas. So that way, as a whole, you feel like you've had a session that you felt challenged, but you're not frustrated.
Yes, that's important too. And sometimes people think, oh, well, I'm afraid to give a wrong answer. I don't want the person on the other side to think, I'm stupid or, that I lost my marbles. But that's it's okay to make a mistake. It's okay to say, I don't remember. This isn't like grade school, folks, from the old days, like when I went and a teacher would make fun of you when you're standing there at the board. No, they don't do that at Fit Minds. They don't do that. They are
absolutely not
passionate. They want you to be comfortable. They want you to have a great experience. This is exciting.
We want you to succeed. One of the
yes.
One of the most fun facts that I've learned since working for Fit Minds has to do with cognitive resilience. Okay? Cognitive resilience is not something that we're born with. We're not born with it, which is a good thing, because what that tells us is that if we keep our mind active, then we create more dendrite density, so that way when trauma or disease impacts our mind, our brain has more resilience to that trauma because we've exercised it. I will always draw the parallel to physical exercise. The U.S., us as a society, we accept that to keep our bodies healthy, we have to exercise. But yet there's some sort of stigma when it comes to exercising your brain. Why would it be any different? If we're keeping our bodies healthy with exercise, we need to be doing the same thing from the neck up.
Yes, that's very important. I was just reading an article, Kerri, about that. They said that people who do like word games and play games like, Mahjong, and I thought of my mother, they are more cognitively with it at a later age. Now, God bless my mother. She's going to be 93 next month. And my mom, she now lives in assisted living. She's been living there for a year. Mm-hmm. She plays, word games and Mahjong. Mm-hmm. She's been playing Mahjong for I'm going to say my mother's been playing Mahjong for a good 60 years. And since she moved to New Jersey. And, it's great.
It is. It's so helpful for your brain. It's so helpful for your brain to do those types of activities. And that's where I meet people all the time who are wondering if they should get cognitive coaching. And they'll tell me, well, I do a lot of, they'll play word searches. They'll do Sudoku. Like your mom, maybe they're playing Mahjong. These are all wonderful things for your brain. They're great. What Fit Minds does is it takes it a step further, where we're saying we're going to sit together for 45 minutes a few times a week, and we're going to exercise all 5 key parts. Okay, so that way we're exercising the brain as a whole. So we're just taking the things that a lot of seniors are doing right now because they want to stay healthy, right? And we're taking it a step further by incorporating all key parts of the brain.
I love that. Can you give an example, Kerri, of how you do that? Like what kind of games, or do you show I forgot that the word just went right out of my head. Like geometric, like numbers and different shapes, and the people have to find what the number is missing. What does Fit Minds do?
We can talk about that. Yeah, absolutely. So we have exercises in the 5 key areas. So we're always doing language, computation, critical thinking, visual-spatial, and memory. Okay, so those are the 5 areas. We're going to work them every time, but we're going to work them in a different way. So maybe in one session we're sitting down to do computation, And for this session, we're going to take a box of a multiplication table. We're going to have a multiplication table, and it's all completely filled out, but we have to find the mistakes within that multiplication table. So we're going to go through, we're going to do each one by one until we can find all the mistakes in there. That's one example. Now, in next session for computation, we're not going to do the same thing. We're going to do something different. So now this time, maybe we're going to do number patterns. So we're given a series of numbers. We have to figure out the next number in that pattern and what the pattern is. And then in the next one, we'll stick with computation. In the next one, maybe it's a word problem. You know, let's say we have to be somewhere at a certain time, and we know how long it takes to get there. So we're going to look at, you know, solving what time we need to leave in order to be at a certain place by a certain time.
I would have difficulty with that one.
They're all tough. That's what these things are. They're all tough.
I was never good with word problems, Kerri. Never. That's I mean that's the truth. I'll go ahead. I just had to put that in there.
The good thing is the focus is not on coming up with the right answers. The cognitive stimulation is the exercise of coming to an answer. So you and I can work through a problem together, and we can come to the end, and we could have the wrong answer, but our coaches, senior living communities, they are trained to just, okay, we did it. We came to an answer. That is the exercise, and now we can move on. Correct answers do not matter. It doesn't matter. So we make it you have a failure-free zone. We actually have one senior living community locally here that we went in and we got to observe them doing a group session. And one of the residents there actually said at the start of the session, remember, guys, what happens at Fit Minds stays at Fit Minds. And it was just cute because they were just telling each other, guys, it's okay. We're going to do our best in here. No one's, like you said, no one's here to make fun of anybody. We're all here to do the same thing. We want to stay mentally strong. So we're going to do these exercises. We're going to feel good about what we're still capable of and move on with our day.
That thrills my heart, Kerri. It does. That thrills my heart with joy that there is a company, Fit Minds, that is helping people, and I think that's awesome. Now, I'm so happy to see this really in my local paper, that now they have on Thursdays in the health section, they have articles now about dementia. Hallelujah.
Oh, wow.
Hallelujah.
Right?
Here in New Jersey.
Like a taboo word. It's like, let's just talk about it.
That's right. And they have been having articles about keeping active physically and mentally. And I hope that, you know, like a newspaper will contact you, Fit Minds, because I think the world needs to know about it. I'm doing my part right now to let people know about Fit Minds because, folks, it's so important. You know, the baby boomers, and I am one of them, we're aging. And it's a stark reality. Let me tell you, when people talk about my age group now, 65 and older, I'm like, hey, that's me now. I can't believe it. Can't wrap my head around that. And I'm doing, you know, what I can to keep my mind stimulated, because it's true. If you're just going to sit on a couch and watch TV, you're not using your brain. You're just not.
No.
And you're going to lose that. So I just want to impress to the audience, it's so important that you do mental activity. And I am so glad to hear that Fit Minds does 5 key parts of the brain. Can you say that again, Kerri? I have language, computation, critical thinking. Is it cognitive?
Visual, spatial, and then memory.
Memory, okay.
Memory, there are a couple parts. So what we know about dementia is that long-term memory is typically the last area of the brain to be impacted. So when we work memory with our clients, with the residents in the communities, we go back and forth. So sometimes it'll be a long-term memory exercise. Other times we work working memory, or that short-term memory piece. So working both those are important.
Yes, they are. Kerri, how does someone who's hearing the show contact Fit Minds to look into the program, to set up a consultation?
We have a website. It's www.fitminds.net. So FitMinds is plural. There's an S at the end. But fitminds.net. You can contact us directly through the website. You can call our office. The telephone number is 813-282-8282. That's a fun phone number, too. Just start dialing 2 and 8 until you get to the end. 282-8282.
I love that. Now, would, say, assisted living or a nursing home facility, would they use the same website and number?
They do. They do.
Okay.
There's a lot of senior living communities daily who are looking for programming. The activity professionals have such a tough job, and they're an underthanked group over there. They do a lot to really impact the quality of life for seniors that live in the communities. And I talk with some amazing professionals who are looking to not only fill the day, right, but to fill it with meaningful and purposeful activities, things that are going to help their residents stay healthy and happy. There's always, parties are great, right? I want everyone to have a nice party. But we are looking to really go beyond bingo.
Yes.
It is a favorite, and I think it's just like anything, it's good in moderation. But when we're looking at, impacting the residents and helping them stay healthy and really thrive in their life, in their communities, you want, that meaningful programming. And FitMinds has been a great fit with a lot of them. What we see is they start FitMinds, and just like we've talked about, there's a little bit of hesitancy or concern that you might look stupid or you get an answer wrong. So sometimes people are nervous, but these activity professionals are so great at making it fun, making it failure-free, and helping them to see that we're all here to do our best and to keep our brains strong. So let's all just get into it. Let's make mistakes together and exercise and feel good. So I really always want to applaud those professionals in the community because they truly have the most opportunity to impact quality of life for those seniors living there.
Yes, and I have to just say, if anyone in the audience is a recreation activities director in a facility, please give Fit Minds a chance. Don't be so narrow-minded that you won't experiment and try different things for your residents. I remember my dad was in a nursing home, and he died in 2012. And it's sad that, you see the clients lined up. They have, occasional entertainment with music or, if they're able to go on a trip. But very seldom, and I hope it's changing. I really hope it's changing, Kerri. I would like to see more activity of using their brain, such as Fit Minds. I would like to see more facilities incorporating this in their daily program to benefit their clients. 100%. I would love to see that.
We're working on it. We feel the same way. I mean, it's just so important. And the families who have loved ones at communities that use Fit Minds, they enjoy joining a Fit Minds session. They'll sit right next to mom or dad, and they'll do Fit Minds together, and they have fun, and they laugh, and they see things that, maybe they didn't realize their mom or dad could still do, and they're also just impressed with the level of content. Here we are treating my parent with dignity. We are doing something dignified and impactful that's going to, help mom or dad continue to thrive in their life. So they love seeing it. We always encourage, having those open Fit Mind sessions because it's fun.
Yes, and it's a fun activity. It would, if you're at home with your loved one, that's something that you could do together with whoever your loved one is, whether it's a spouse or maybe it's a child, maybe it's a grandparent or whoever. It's something that you could do together and have fun together, and both benefit from it. And I have to just share a little story here because this really annoys me in a way. My mom's in an assisted living facility. I can't say the name because it's in New Jersey. And I gave her a book to give to her activities director. It's a book that I've interviewed the person about doing different activities in a facility. My mother said, I can't give her the book, Betsy. She'll get very offended because she doesn't like to be told to do anything different. She just likes doing music. And I said, I can't say what I say. I said, well, she's not too smart. It's more or less what I said. I'll be nice here. And I said, well, that's a shame. That's really sad that, an activities director, recreational director, whatever they're called now, won't expand their mind to help their clients. I mean, it's like, what are you here for? For you to be, you're afraid to be inconvenienced by something new, or are you here for the patient, for your client, to give them a better quality of life? I mean, I won't get on my soapbox about that because that just really irritates me. That activities director.
I understand. That's your loved one. People move there, and it's their home, right? And so activities should really be based on what they enjoy doing and what is beneficial for them. And that's why when I look at a program like Fit Minds in our group programming for senior living communities, what I really thought was cool in not only helping it make it a very read and lead activity, so the activity professional doesn't have to search through all this different content, right? Everything's set up for the week. So when you log in, it says, all right, for February 7th, here are your 2 sessions that you can lead, twice a week with your residents. Keeps it very simple. Because what we've seen with other programming that has just like a lot of content that the activity professional can choose from, they're more likely to pick things that they think are fun, or even that they think their residents may think are fun, right? Like, I think this will be good. I think this will be good. And while it may be fun, we're not, again, looking at the whole picture. And so with Fit Minds, there isn't a lot of picking and choosing. It's like, here are the exercises that cover all 5 key areas, and so you'll know you're doing cognitive stimulation with your residents. And residents truly, after a few sessions, they demand it. They start to demand it. They feel better. They like doing it. And if the activity professional makes it fun on top of that, it's a beautiful fit, and they do it over and over.
I agree, Kerri, 100%. I wanted to ask you, would you mind if people contacted you, or would you rather them just go through the Fit Minds website?
They could contact me directly. If they call the number, they will get me. If they fill out a form on the website, I will get it. So whatever way they're most comfortable with, they will hear back from me personally.
Oh, that's terrific. Kerri Shaver, thank you so much for coming on and sharing about Fit Minds. Folks, and also before I forget, Fit Minds is international, okay? So you could be anywhere and you will be able to get Fit Minds, and the information will be in the blog. So please read the blog that Jeannie White is the station manager, right? So thank you, Jeannie White, for that and producing the show. But I want to thank Kerri Shaver, who is National Operations and Sales Manager of Fit Minds. Thank you for coming on Chatting with Betsy and sharing about how wonderful and how helpful Fit Minds would be for our loved ones and for our cognitive health. I mean, I'm on fire here, folks. I'm excited. I hope.
Thank you, Betsy. Thank
You're
you for
welcome.
what you're doing. I love that you're helping to get resources out there. It is heartbreaking, every time I speak with someone and they say they wish they knew about that or they wish they knew about this. And, what you're doing to help get those resources out there is so important. So thank you so much for the opportunity for us to share about Fit Minds. Looking forward to hearing from people and continuing to spread this word.
Oh, you are welcome, and it was my pleasure. Folks, I can't even describe in words, really, how passionate I am about providing resources. And I wish I knew about resources like Fit Minds when Matt was alive. And this is why I am really passionate and on fire about sharing resources with my audience, because if I don't know about it, then I just figure someone else doesn't know about it, and this is so beneficial. I believe in having people on who are passionate about their work. You can hear Kerri's passion, and I like to speak to like-minded people who are helping others. So thank you, Kerri Shaver and Fit Minds, for helping people having a better quality of life. I think it's just wonderful. And folks, reach out. The information will be in the blog, and try it. Try Fit Minds. You have nothing to lose, really. And I just think that it would be a wonderful resource to try, and I just really am gung-ho about it. And I want to thank Lillian Caldwell, CEO of Passion World Talk Radio, who makes this all possible. I want to thank you, the listeners. Thank you for listening. Please share this show. Folks, not for me to be famous. I want you to share this show, and I want Chatting with Betsy to get out there because I want to help people. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help people. I am passionate about that. And the more people that know about resources that get helped, it makes me happy, and I'm carrying on. And it's really in Matt's honor and memory, because if it wasn't for Matt, and I say this all the time, if it wasn't for my husband, Matt, I never would have met Jeannie White. I never would have gotten in my car to raise awareness on early onset Alzheimer's and caregiving. So thank you for listening and subscribing. And if you haven't already subscribed to Chatting with Betsy, it is for free. I am on YouTube, Spreaker, Spotify, and Radio King. And you can always check out my page at PassionatWorldTalkRadioNetwork.com. And that's what I have to say today, folks. And as I always say at the end of my show, in a world where you can be anything, please be kind, shine your light bright, because if we all did that, it would be a much brighter, happier world. And that's what I have to say today. Until we chat again, God bless you all, and just keep shining, be kind, and talk to you soon. Bye-bye now.